if I still know how to do this. Hey guys, JasonLeeno here. Yep, it's been a long time, like a really long time since a long format video. And yeah, that's just kind of how it is with me, right? Like I get pretty good at uploading and then life takes over. Uploading's not that important. I do more shorts and Instagram posts and stuff like that just because it's a little bit more convenient. And then I usually start doing longer format videos right before I go compete again. And that's why I'm in my singlet. I'm getting ready to do WPC Nationals once again. I kind of always like force myself to do it because at the end of the day, that's what keeps me calling myself a competitive powerlifter. I have to compete, right? Training, it's been like on and off. I've been trying to keep as consistent as I can. Squat and deadlift, if you've been paying attention, like I've been putting a decent amount of work in. I wish I could show you more with the deadlift, but I hit 385. That felt pretty good. It's maybe like an RP 9.5. I'm pretty beat up. I'm pretty, like, I can already feel it in my traps, everything like that. Like, this is a full SBD day, if you haven't already guessed. So I've been training not all day, but for 3 hours now, which is not something I normally do. But I'm okay. I'm okay with 385. Like, I kind of tried some new experiments when it came to training. Like, I've never really done a dedicated like range of motion training. Like I did do stuff back in the day, like the minimalist method with Brian Schwab, and he had range of motion training. But I wanted to kind of do my style. All in all, I felt pretty good. If you saw some of those shorts, like I was hitting some pretty heavy numbers, like a 425 off of a 2-inch block. 385 was good. Yeah, it's a hard day, and I can't really complain. I always manage to pull in the fours at nationals, and I'm just going to assume I can keep doing that. I'm obviously going to base my training off of 385, though. Like, I'm not going to sit there and wish that my total was heavier, and then that's usually how I end up getting hurt. Bench, I kind of messed around with an old program that Mark Bell came out with when he released his slingshot. It was like strong in 30 days. It was fun, but honestly, I didn't make any real improvement. I'm at 240, 245 range. Like, I swear I have the curse of 110 kilo. Like, every meet I try to do that, and that's the most I get. Like, one day I will hit 115, I swear to God. But the good news is squats are amazing. 370 all-time PR. I felt I could have did that last nationals. Like, my depth was questioned there, so that's why I wasn't able to do it. But I hit it today and I felt pretty good about my depth. Like, the angle's always a little weird with you guys because I have to elevate you up or you're not going to see anything. But I felt pretty good about that. So I'm happy with that. Like, I'm already in great progression. I'm 10 weeks out, I think. Yeah, about 10 weeks out now. So I'm going to do a 5-week building phase before I do a 4-week peaking phase. I am going to go back to daily undulating periodization. So for you OGs, that would have been back when I did the Blevins Campbell special. That was when I constantly did stuff like that. Like, I don't feel this very like linear 1 day a week stuff's been doing too great. Squats obviously improved, but like, I feel a lot of that was like learning the reps and getting my technique a bit better with that. But when it comes to deadlift and bench, obviously there's a little bit of like a confidence issue as well. I've talked about it in the past, and I feel if I put a little bit more work into it, I can actually build that confidence again. I'm definitely not going to overtrain though. At least that's the goal. Well, at least we'll find out. Like, let's be real. We all see how this works for me half the time. But the next 5 weeks, so if I actually manage to put this video out, I'll be probably trying to do it for Monday, and that will be the beginning phase of my daily undulating periodization. So I will be training 3 days a week: Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I'm going to be trying to do some kind of active recovery in between. I am going to put forth like a decent amount of effort to actually like stay consistent across the board. In the past, I've always kind of had issue with my like intake, because like when I'm on shift, it's great, but when I'm not on shift work, I kind of screw myself over all the time. that and like hydration's not my best friend. I'm a big coffee drinker, especially doing 12-hour shifts at my job. So I kind of got into a very dependent habit of it. So I got to implement a little bit more water. Obviously, can't party like I'm 20 anymore, if you get my drift either. So I'm gonna just try to clean things up for this Nationals. Hope I can make some good progression. I already feel great about the squat though. It's kind of something I've always thought I was bad at, but now it's kind of getting a little bit closer to my deadlift. Actually, it is 10 pounds from my deadlift currently, which is, or 15, either way, which is crazy because if you guys remember when I first started, I could barely squat 315, but I was pulling in the fours. Obviously, that developed some back issues because it was a lot of really bad form and you just didn't feel pain when you're in your 20. Now that I'm 37, taking things a little slower and a little smarter. But guys, I just wanted to give you that update, let you kind of know where I'm at. And yeah, I'm just going to keep pushing forward to Nationals. So if I do not upload a long format video for you guys at least once a week, feel free to call me out because that way I can stay consistent training on top of everything else. And then feel free to question me in the comments down below because I don't need to come up with excuses for this year. I just need to get the job done. So do me that favor, guys. Either way, hit the like, share, and subscribe to spread that love, and I will see you next time.